My child, I have drawn you to this very place. Your presence here is not by chance. I set aside this exact moment for you, interrupting your usual course to reveal something essential. A profound transformation is now unfolding, not in some distant time, but in these very hours beginning today. This specific period was marked for you where my perfect timing aligns with your unique path. You have felt it, haven't you? That deep stirring within a quiet certainty that something momentous is near. I have already proclaimed my victory. What was intended to obstruct you, I have reshaped into a firm support for your well-being. My joy rings out in absolute victory. This signifies that your breakthrough has already begun. What you did today may have seemed minor, almost unnoticed, yet to me it held immense power like a resounding echo. It reached my presence, and I celebrated. That echo was a proclamation of victory, a clear sign that the adversary's schemes have dissolved and your way forward remains secure. My perspective differs from the world's, my beloved child. Where you perceive frailty, I discern strength. Where you see a humble beginning, I already envision a vast expanse. Where you offer a whispered plea in vulnerability, I see a conviction mighty enough to shift mountains. A hidden act of righteousness can influence generations. This is why my heart rejoiced over you today. You did more than simply navigate another day. You stood firm when collapse seemed inevitable. You spoke when silence was expected. You pressed onward when fear urged you to stop. That choice to obey, though it felt fragile, brought me profound delight. Your continued presence is in itself a powerful testament. The adversary crafted a deliberate design against you, carefully intended to quiet your prayers, bury your hope, and persuade you that I had turned away. Yet you persist here, breathing, seeking, and listening to me. That alone is a profound victory. Every breath you draw proclaims. The opposition scheme against me has failed. Each new dawn you greet, each moment you embrace trust, even when it falters. My heart delights as your foe suffers another defeat. Your life is not merely random survival, my precious one. It is clear evidence that my hand still holds you. And if the adversary could not remove you yesterday, imagine his apprehension, knowing what I am preparing to unleash tomorrow. This is why seemingly small acts of obedience must never be underestimated. My values diverge from the world's. The world applauds public achievements and recognition, but I celebrate what remains hidden, the quiet prayer uttered in a private place, the forgiveness extended without witnesses, the personal sacrifice that cost you much but brought no public praise. Every unseen act is eternally recorded. Each one weakens the hold of darkness. I have already responded. My joy has already resonated, and that joy signifies that the momentum has shifted. If you could witness what changed in the unseen realms, you would never doubt again. What seemed commonplace to you held profound significance in the unseen realm. What you perceived as a mere murmur transformed into a powerful declaration in my presence. The very strategy intended to overwhelm you has been undone. My joy is not passive. It is active power. It is my decree. This struggle is already decided. The outcome is turning. The current is shifting. My favor is moving directly towards you. The adversary meticulously studied your patterns, set traps around your hesitations, and relied on your weariness. But today, you broke the cycle. You gave when you had little left. You stood strong when collapse was anticipated. You spoke when silence felt safer. It was like a contest with the adversary confident of winning. But your unexpected move overturned his entire strategy. That is why I rejoiced, because I saw what the adversary never anticipated. I do not await grand displays, my beloved. I respond to trust. I respond to purity of intention. I respond to truth. A single sincere private affirmation holds more sway than a multitude of empty declarations. A solitary act of inner truthfulness far surpasses 100 public displays. I am not swayed by noise. I value depth. And today you demonstrated that depth resides within you. Perhaps you feel overlooked. Perhaps you believe you are merely enduring. But enduring is not insignificant. Enduring is a potent witness. Every breath you take confirms, I remain present. Every step you make whispers, the adversary's design against me has failed. Your every decision to persist brings me closer, and I celebrate your unwavering spirit. What aimed to destroy you has been defeated. That very fact makes your journey a continuous victory. But I am proclaiming more, my cherished child. This period is no longer solely about enduring. It is about accelerating forward. When my joy rings out, it is not simply happiness. It is a clear signal. It means the path before you is preparing to bring forth the fulfillment you have sought, and all of it commenced with your trusting affirmation today. My joy is not common. It is not light-hearted amusement. It is holy triumph, profound wisdom, and a clear declaration. When I rejoice, I am not reacting. I am announcing. That sound shakes unseen realms. It signals that the atmosphere surrounding your life has already transformed. My gladness over you today confirms that your life's narrative has entered a completely new phase. My precious one, simply holding on is more powerful than you realize. You often diminish your persistence, labeling it as weakness, but enduring is a testament. Every time you draw breath, you defy the schemes of darkness. You outlasted the storms intended to bury you. You walked through nights designed to break your spirit. Yet here you persist, alive and seeking my presence. Do not call that small. I call it victory. Each new daybreak signals to the unseen. The scheme against me has been thwarted. My beloved one, grasp this essential truth. I celebrate the very first step, not only the final achievement. The world awaits rewards and applause, but I rejoice when you simply move forward. That delicate act of obedience carried immense force. I rejoice because I already know how far this single step will carry you. The world values what is seen. People praise what they can quantify, but I treasure what is hidden, that a sacrifice no one applauded can bring about abundant blessing. Do not undervalue what is hidden, for I magnify what the world overlooks. A simple act of trust, seemingly small, sets off a ripple far wider than you can see. Your faithful choice today was just such an act. Though it appeared common, I witnessed its reach extending through time. What seemed minor has already shifted what is hidden. My deep contentment reveals that past difficulties have now ended, my child. The one who opposes you thought he knew your every habit. He expected you to falter, to hesitate, to remain silent. He was certain you would give in as before. But today you stood firm. You chose a different route. You found strength when challenged. You showed kindness even when drained. You held on to what you knew to be true, even as doubts grew loud. That decision changed everything. Your adversary was confident of his victory, but your unexpected action completely changed his design. I showed my gladness because I saw what he could not foresee. My beloved child, this alters the way you live your life. When my joy rests upon you, you no longer feel you are not enough. You stop needing others to validate your existence. You cease comparing your journey to anyone else's. Instead, you walk with a quiet confidence. My joyful declaration brings assurance. It is my way of telling you, you are precisely in the right place. I see you. Your path is in harmony with my highest intention. Rapid advancement often follows my joyful pronouncement. Where you once merely persevered, now you will thrive. The very foundation beneath you is transforming. Your past struggles will now yield happiness. What felt gone is now appearing. My joy always has a reason. This signifies that a profound shift is not merely approaching. It is actively underway. Remember those long, quiet nights, my precious one, the times of unanswered questions when everything felt still. Each of those moments was a silent preparation. They were not wasted. They were simply held, waiting for this very point in time. And now my joy is the tender power that brings them into view. My joy is my statement. This is the precise time I have appointed. My cherished child, never forget that your willingness to follow my guidance affects many lives to come. I show my gladness because I see the lasting effect your loyalty has established. My beloved one, understand this deeply. Your life is not just about your own journey. You hold a deep meaning within you. My joy is my pledge that your life carries importance far greater than you currently realize. That is why you must quiet those inner doubts. That is why you must stop downplaying the progress you have made. My pleasure confirms your journey is advancing. So lift your eyes, my child. My joyful sound surrounds you, a safeguarding presence. Let calm every anxious thought. Let remove every idea of not being sufficient. Let assure you with each step that my victory has already been announced, a certainty for your good outcome. My beloved, my gladness does not mark the conclusion of your journey. It is the beginning of rapid motion. That sacred sound is more than mere celebration. It is a force that sparks action. It sets in motion events that no opposing power can halt. When I declare my joy, the very air around you shifts in your favor. Things that were held back are now being released. Obstacles are coming down. My precious child, this is why you must never underestimate the times of quietness. You saw waiting as being set aside, but it was careful preparation. You thought silence meant being forgotten, but it was a gentle forming. I was strengthening you in unseen moments. I was nurturing a firm spirit within you, a resilience that grows through hardship. What felt like wasted time has become the firm ground for your progress. My child, this same truth holds for your entire life. My joy means the period of unseen growth is ending. It means clear manifestation is near. My joy is my sacred confirmation that declares this is the appointed time. My beloved child, listen closely to this. Your loyalty and hidden moments has created strong movement in the open. Your heartfelt requests offered with tears are heard and cherished by me. The quiet sacrifices you made are more powerful than any grand statement. I show my gladness because I see how these individual actions have woven together to shape your purpose. It is a clear sign that your quiet faithfulness is about to be openly recognized. My child, you might still feel unseen. You might still wonder if anyone truly understands the weight you carry. But I have observed every detail. No tear has been shed without reason. No act of trust has gone unacknowledged. And now my joy is proclaiming it is a time for collecting the rewards of your efforts. You need to walk with deep assurance. This is not arrogance, my child, but a holy knowing. When you grasp my pleasure in your journey, your steps shift. You no longer restrict yourself to fit into old spaces you have outgrown. You no longer downplay the good things I have given you. You stop seeking temporary human approval and begin to move within my steady confirmation. My joy has already guaranteed your success. My precious one, hear this clearly. My joy is a mighty power. It is not a silent contentment. It is a sound that shatters the strategies of those who oppose you. It confuses your adversary. It reverses his predictions. He thought he understood your every weakness, expected your responses. But you strayed from his anticipates. You chose trust where fear tried to take hold. That decision changed the result. And I believe this is what I am declaring over you now. What appears incomplete to you is already finalized in my sight. My child, my joy should stir your spirit to imagine new possibilities, to place your trust again, to expect good things once more. Do not let past disappointments narrow your vision. Do not let weariness lessen your hope. If I have shown my joy, then the battle is already won. The only remaining question is when your victory will appear, and my joy signals its quick approach. My beloved one, step forward with bravery. I do not wait for you to be perfect. I respond to your trust. Do not disregard small beginnings. Do not undervalue quiet acts of loyalty. Every action holds power. Every hushed word carries meaning. Each effort holds future blessing. My child, lift your gaze. The season is shifted. I am celebrating you. Cling to this truth. Let be your anchor, calming every doubt. For if I have already shown my gladness, then nothing can truly block your success. My beloved child, my joy is not a fleeting sound. It isn't shallow or weak. It is a powerful declaration of triumph that affects all things seen and unseen. When I voice my joy, troubles lose their grip. When I voice my joy, barriers begin to fall. When I voice my joy, what seemed impossible yields to my will. My joy is not by chance. It is a sacred pronouncement. My child, understand this deeply. The moment for your breakthrough isn't tied to the days you count. What humans call time is often fleeting and unsure. My timing, however, is eternal, flawless, and fixed. You are exactly where you need to be. I have not forgotten you, nor are you behind, my cherished child. Those quiet seasons when you felt unnoticed were actually profound times of readying you for what is now unfolding. Each sincere prayer, every tear shed, and every act of faith performed away from public sight contributed to this very instant. My child, begin to live right now as if my word to you is fully accomplished. Offer your prayers as if the answer has already arrived. Speak with the firm belief that my favor is already yours. Move forward with the certainty that paths are clear before you. My love is a mighty declaration. It announces to all that everything concerning you is settled. Your way forward is sure, and your ultimate purpose cannot be stopped. My precious one, let the sound of my joy strengthen your inner being. You might feel you aren't ready, yet I have already prepared you. You may think you go unseen, but I have already celebrated your dedication. You might sense weakness, yet I have surrounded you with my strength. Stop diminishing your progress. Stop minimizing your acts of trust. My love for you serves as your constant confirmation that you are specially chosen, deeply treasured, and set apart by me. My cherished child, remember this always. I do not express joy over things that hold no meaning. My joy is my declaration that the true purpose of your life cannot be defeated. My beloved, the good you experience reaches beyond yourself. It is meant to touch those whose journeys connect with yours. Your steady trust will open doors for others. I see the wide-reaching impact of your agreement with me. I see countless lives transformed because you chose to stand firm. Therefore, step forward with sacred certainty, my child. This is not arrogance. It is living in harmony with my truth. You are not pursuing triumph. Rather, you are advancing from a victory already secured. My child, the sound of my delight silences lies, removes obstacles, and thwarts ill will. My gladness is stronger than any fear. My word is clearer than any doubt. Hold your head high, my beloved one. I have expressed joy over your very being. Let that sound echo within your deepest self. Allow it to quiet every concern. Let it conquer every persistent doubt. Let it daily remind you that when I express joy, the outcome is already decided. Your story is confirmed. The end is assured and your victory is complete. My love is your shield, your assurance, and your dignity. My precious child, the sound of my joy does not fade. It echoes. It endures. This sound is not just a brief celebration. It is an active, ongoing declaration. It continues to spread its influence long after the act of faith that first brought it forth. When I express my joy, that gladness turns into forward movement. My pleasure becomes the very power driving your journey. My sound is not limited to my dwelling place. It moves throughout all creation, changing situations, breaking old patterns, and establishing firm new beginnings in your life. My beloved child, never underestimate the deep effect of a single act of trust. You might see it as small or even unimportant, yet I see things from a different view. Your agreement holds immense meaning. Your quiet request carries great power. Your willingness to obey holds lasting authority. My precious one, you may not always feel your own strength. You may not always see outward proof, but I do not judge based on feelings or appearances. I judge based on trust. A single moment of belief, even when you feel weak, can start a massive change. A quiet yes, spoken with a tremble, can break down long-held patterns of difficulty. This is why I laugh. Not because your action was perfect, but because it was true. My cherished one, consider this. The opposing force watches your habits. It expects your reactions based on your past. It sets traps, hoping you will give up, retreat, or stay silent. But on this day, you chose a different path. You acted in a way no one expected. You offered forgiveness when holding a grudge seemed easier. You spoke to me when silence felt safer. You stood firm when everything felt like it would crumble. That choice was the unexpected turn that altered everything. I expressed my joy because the